Good evening, people. We are back. Sorry, my mic might have been a little loud. We're back for another late night live stream with me, your host, D-Hawk. It's gonna be another Ace Attorney night. Though, in the future, the very near future, things may change. I'm not dropping Ace Attorney. This game is gas. But. A demo just dropped for the 100 line, which is the, what's it called? The new Uchikoshi game, also Kodaka of Danganronpa fame. Yeah, they're collabing for that one. Demo's out, like a little prologue. Why is my game... Okay, thank you. So I'll probably be playing that on stream, I think. Might be a good time. Also, Xenoblade X is around the corner. Xenoblade X Definitive Edition. That could be something I could look into. Or maybe more Yakuza. Long ago, I played Yakuza 0 on stream. I loved it. But I never got around to playing the rest of the series. There's a lot of games, though. So, it seems daunting, but we'll see. I'm not a stranger to long series, as you can see. Anyway, we left off talking to these folks. And they gave us permission to see Sholmes. Let's take a peek around here first. That looks like a Medal of Honor, and it's showcased on a very grand banner. Yes, it's displayed with some pride, I would say, although it bothers me that it's not straight. What, that old thing? Sorry? I should be glad to see the back of it, but the general would turn in his grave if I had disposed of it. The wall's the best place for it. Keeps the bally thing out of my way. So it's just been polished to shine by accident, I suppose. There appears to be an inscription on the medal itself. Look. Let me see. It says, for distinguished participation. Participation awards? This year? Sounds like the kind of honors even I could be in line for. Well, one doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet, but I was given that for my time in the army. Can't measure an officer by the number of medals to his name, of course. Common knowledge in military circles. What was this here? Look at that enormous screen. It must have been put there deliberately, surely. Yes, it certainly seems like someone's trying to hide something from view. Got any skeletons behind this? What could be behind it, I wonder? Let's just take a peek. I'm going to have a very quick look. Just a little peek. Ahem. Maybe let's not, Mrs. Sato. Oh, she looks so sad. How could you make her sad? How dare you? Maid. I think the maid is going to head us off with a cup of tea. Ahem. Painting? That portrait of Mr. Garadeb is glaring at me, I swear. Have you noticed that all the little frames contain photographic prints of Mr. Garadeb as well? Yes, and there seems to be a statue of a lion on the mantelpiece as well. I just noticed he has fucking comically large bullets on his fireplace. Oh yes, seemed to come back from the local pawnbroker with that little trinket. Seemed to come back? What do you mean? chap who runs the place is a bally wizard. Went in to sell him something and came out with that thing. Point of fact, now that I think about it, I rather often find myself leaving a place with something I don't need. Bally. That's not something people say nowadays. Maybe they do. Maybe they do say that nowadays in the old GB. The lion ornament certainly does seem surplus to requirements. Sato-san doesn't pull her punches, or throws for that matter. Apron? That's a full-size cannon. Oh, the cannon too. Oh my, it's real. I thought it might be a replica. That old thing? That's a little more than a toy. Sorry? Yami was selling it off when I retired, so I decided to give it a new home. Never know when the enemy might attack next. Jolly useful to have a cannon around the house. Really, isn't it overkill? Be prepared, I always say. You never know what this twisted world is going to throw at you next, boy. Do you think there may be trouble brewing, Mr. Garrideb? Always is. Take Joan here, never fails to have a clean apron in reserve. Dries them with the barrel, you see. They dry very well in the cannon there, Joan tells me. Which rather proves my point, I feel. It's been reduced to a drying rack. No wonder the huge cannon looks like it's hanging its head in shame. The old uniform? That uniform looks fairly ancient, doesn't it? It's clearly been well looked after, though. That old thing? Not much better than rags, really. Oh? Well, that ceremonial garb at my retirement bash, you know. I'm not one for dwelling on the past, me. Gladly thrown out, but you know how it is. Anyway, it doesn't hurt to have the odd piece of memorabilia lying around, does it? Oh, I see. Perhaps we should leave the past in the past. Alright, here's... Sorry, I did not mean to click that. I tried to click the button, but it won't let me change my view. It's M. Is everything broken here? Look at this crockery on display here. It's rather unusual, isn't it? Oh my, a genuine London dresser. Isn't it delightful? Although the shelves seem to be broken and the crockery is... Oh dear, it's in pieces. It really is. The word cracked couldn't do that Chinaware justice. I wonder. Perhaps the cannon fired at it. Yes, definitely the cannon. Would do that much damage and no more. Yes, probably something like that. Let's not delve too deeply here. Some sweets? Oh, look! What a wonderful collection of cakes lined up on that gleaming silver cake stand. Lined up? Looks more like someone has half demolished them to me. Afternoon tea is a time of indulgence, you know. It's quite the English way. Is it? It is Mr. Garrideb's custom to take 2 cakes with his tea. That sounds delightful. Oh, wait a minute, though. There are at least 10 cakes on this cake stand. Well, naturally, it would never do to waste the leftovers. No wonder you look like that. So whatever Mr. Garrideb doesn't eat, I say to myself, Joan, you shall have to tidy up. How magnanimous of you. Alright, that seems to be it. Let's move out to Mr. Natsume's room and meet a certain someone. Kitty! A cat statue. I see you, cat. Hello. What? Just look at this place. Damn, bitch, you live like this? Smell it. It's so musty in here. Suppose it's the mountains of old books that are responsible for that. I don't think I've ever seen so many books in all my life. No, me neither. It's so dark in here, too. Is that the window over there? Well, it was the window, I think. Yes. Once upon a time. He really said fuck it and filled it with bricks, huh? For some reason, it's been closed up with bricks and mortar. So this is where Mr. Natsume lives. By the way, I haven't spotted Mr. Sholmes anywhere. Have you? He's probably buried under the books, let's be honest. Well, maybe hanging from the ceiling. He has ways of being in places we don't expect him to be, or don't want him to be, really. Oh, that's true, but according to what Mr. Garrett told us, the great detective should be around here somewhere investigating. Somewhere around. I don't see him here. Let's press M. He's gotta be... No, he's not in sight. Well, let's just look at everything first. Kitty. Oh, hello. So cute. Where are you running off to? Oh my, what an adorable little cat. Perhaps he's looking after all the books while his master's away. I don't know about that. He disappeared into that pile of books as quick as a flash. It was a tricolor Mickey, wasn't it? Do they even have that sort of cat here in Great Britain? Perhaps Mr. Natsume brought the little creature with him from Japan. That's made me feel homesick now. Already? Oh, we've only been in the country for 2 days. Oh. Kitty, come back. Oh, look at this cat statue. Oh, look, it's a beckoning cat from home. It's a bit big and bulky, isn't it? Surely Mr. Natsume didn't bring that Maneki Neko all the way from Japan with him. I hardly think you're in a position to comment, Mr. Naruhodo. Are you forgetting the enormous Daruma doll that you brought in your luggage? Well, it can be dangerous traveling abroad. I wanted a lucky charm. Well, I imagine Mr. Natsume wanted the same. And this cat is sure to bring good luck to him. It's not doing a very good job so far, is it? You mustn't say such things. I didn't say a word. How can she read my mind? She is scary. Why are my eyes such a big giveaway? A bag? Nothing? Bro has so many tissues in his bin? Is this your goon cave? This appears to be some sort of meter on the wall here. Looks very robust. I wonder what it's for. There's a slot for inserting coins here, too. Ah, I believe that is a gas meter, Mr. Naruhodo. Gas meter? Yes, it seems there is piped gas in this district, which consumers pay for by putting coins in the meter. So if we were to put a coin in the slot, that would be enough gas to use the lights and the gas bar for the whole night. So if you're too poor to have a coin, you have to spend the night in the dark and freezing cold? That's right, as would a rich man who only carried crisp white notes. Brr, London is a scary place. Look at all those books stacked up there. They almost reach the ceiling. They're all works of English literature. They all smell so musty. This volume of books to hand, you'd never be short of reading material, would you? No, what a dreamy idea. A bad dream, maybe. For me, at least. Mind you, I don't imagine the book that's at the bottom of the pile now will ever be read again. Ah, so reading it is an experience that comes but once in a lifetime. Just as the tea ceremony teaches us. The tea ceremony. Yes. I certainly didn't expect the conversation to turn down the path of tea ceremony philosophy. Okay. What is this? And what, perhaps, is this? And what is this? Fucking love that video, man. That desk seems to be wedged into a crevice between the mountains of books on either side. Crevasse, as she says. I suppose Mr. Natsume would sit there and read while stroking his cat. Yep. Stroking other things too, I bet, from all that tissue in the fucking bin. Surrounded all sides by those towering old tomes. Surely he dreamt of books every night as well. Yes, he must have done, mustn't he? Oh, what's this? It's a receipt from a second-hand bookshop. Your books. Oh yes, Mr. Natsume's name is on it. Look, and the date of purchase, 2 days ago at 4:45 p.m. Wait, that's the day of the incident. Oh, that's just a short while before he was embroiled in the terrible attack. He must have been on his way back from buying some old books. Let's take a peek. Mr. Natsume, sum of 2 shillings tendered in the receipt of the picture of Monsieur Lecoq. What? How do you say that? I don't know. French. A meal for Gaboriau, Canterbury Yearnings. Very cool. Okay. What's this? Got all these balls of paper on the floor. There are notes scrawled over them. Oh. Not dirty tissues. Simply notes. I think Mr. Natsume must have been deeply immersed in his research, don't you? Or deeply averse to tidying up his mess. I wouldn't like to speculate which is closer to the truth. Where the hell are you? There you are. Holy shit, where did you come from? What? What did I have to inspect first? Huh? You weren't there the first time. Alright, motherfucker, get over here. Ah, look, Mr. Naruhodo. Aha, there he is. Where did he appear from? He seems to be engrossed in the pages of an old book. I hope you won't mind if we disturb him. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, you two. Good day. Now, let me see. Where was it that we met? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, we were together on the SS Buria. Yes, of course, the Buria. Let me see. What happened on that voyage? It was Kazuma Sogi. He died, tragically. You were a great help to us. Ah, yes, but of course, the case of Mr. Asogi. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it? Oh, well, you seem to remember something of it at least. He's just asking us questions because he fucking forgot everything. This motherfucker. Can't even bother to remember us. What an honor to be remembered vaguely by the great Herlock Sholmes. This is Mr. Oh, no, my dear madam, hold your tongue. I pride myself in my superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain attic, which you clear out regularly, I'm sure. Miss Naruhodo and Mr. Susato. Your attic is scrambled, sir. Try the other way around, Mr. Sholmes. I lose the first round. I want to fucking slap this guy. In truth, I had hoped to invite you both to my Baker Street suite the day we arrived in London, but some Scotland Yarders ambushed me at the railway station and whisked me away to a crime scene. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. I solved the matter in no more than 30 minutes. So they apprehended Soseki-san in that short amount of time? I'm afraid the pursuance of a new case has dulled my recollection of my past involvements a little. It is a mistake to think that one's brain attic has elastic walls and can distend to any extent. I do my best to forget useless facts lest they should elbow to the useful ones. Yes, a very That's very Sherlock Holmes of you. I guess it's only fitting because you are him. And also, this guy just called our names useless facts. Yes, those are my own words of an inimitable wisdom. Is that the word? Inimitable. Yeah, okay, yeah. You see, from an adventure entitled A Study in Scarlet. I think I've read that one a while ago. Please, there's no need to quote yourself. I don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but fortunately, my associate pens them beautifully. Your child associate. I hope she gets paid well. He means Iris, I suppose. We have some extremely important questions to ask you about the trivial case you just mentioned. Goodness, what an earnest expression. My dear madam, I should be only too pleased. This murky room is an apt place to discuss the murky case. Alright, let's chat. Your arrest. We know this to be the lodgings of a Japanese-born student by the name of Soseki Natsume. It seems that you assisted in his arrest, Mr. Sholmes. The stabbing of a young woman outside here on Briar Road. Natsume, yes, I believe it was a name rather along those lines. Don't even remember the guy's name. Mr. Natsume denies it. Was it really justifiable to arrest him on so little? I'm sorry, Mr. Sato, but I have not the slightest idea what you mean. What? Can't believe he was looking Sato-san squarely in the eye while feigning ignorance. I assure you, I'm not merely feigning ignorance. Why does everyone seem to be able to read my mind? It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension. Oh, how? I assure you, I have no recollection of accusing your stupid compatriot of the crime. That doesn't make sense. Good detective at Scotland Yard made the following request of me, and that's Sholmes. And I quote verbatim. We need you to ascertain the identity and whereabouts of the man seen fleeing the crime scene. Ah, a man seen fleeing. There are a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene. From the book plates, I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. On speaking with the proprietor, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, wouldn't you say? I believe there is a receipt around here somewhere from the establishment in question. Don't you think Mr. Natsume is the culprit then? That's completely not the sentence that you said. So you don't think Mr. Natsume is the culprit then? That I could not tell you. But it was aggravating to my faculties, hence why I returned here. However, this place is such a trove of fascinating books. I found myself quite lost in bibliophilia. Do not be deceived into believing that I am a man of leisure. No, no, no. Oh dear. Tell me. Have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings? Yes, Mr. Garadeb. Retired military man. It was the first time I've ever met a soldier from the Great British Institution, that is, the services. It's the first time I've ever met a maid from the Great British Institution, that is, service. I didn't think it was that funny. I do apologize. As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid. Yes, I read as much in my Great Britain primer. So conversely, whether or not a household employs a maid has come to token the social standing of those dwelling therein. Token their social standing? Sorry? Those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who do not are beneath that. In the upper echelons of society, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family. goodness, how extraordinary. As you can appreciate, for those in the precarious boundary between the middle and lower classes, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance. I had no idea. It is for precisely that reason that I find great stimulation in the situation upstairs, specifically in the retired army veteran, Mr. John Garrideb. Oh. Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. Whether or not it imposes on the circumstances of this case, I am as yet unable to ascertain. Thoroughly lost in what he means to say. This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man whose lot is to dwell in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later. Mr. Natsume has stabbed no one. Ah, but sooner or later, as I said. But give me a sec. Alright, about this dark room, Mr. Sholmes. Why is there no longer a window? Do you have any idea? No window? I mean, I can clearly see that there's a window of sorts. It's been completely blocked with bricks. Oh, I see. The answer to that question is quite simple. Window tax. Window tax? What's that? Surely, not a tax on windows. Precisely that. My goodness. Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by the number of their windows. Those of lesser means, having inherited a sizable and costly family home perhaps, rapidly closed windows up. The rich opened windows here, there, and everywhere. Very clever. How awful and unjust, forcing people to live in rooms devoid of light. Indeed, disease was rife as a result. So some 40 years ago, or thereabouts, the window tax was abolished. But its legacy remains, as you can see, in squalid lodgings such as these, for example. I suppose Mr. Natsume's stipend for living here in London isn't very generous, perhaps. It would appear so. I've done a little digging. Discovered that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinarily low price. Because the room's so awful, I should think. Apparently, Mr. Natsume only moved in here about 1 week ago. Yes, that's correct. However, I don't believe the low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodation. Oh? Still, that is of little relevance here, a matter not worthy of further attention. You sure? I'm curious now. Is that it? Oh, well, I believe I told you all I can now. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, yes, Mr. Naruhodo. I did not mean to do that. Was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law? Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder? To the occupant of this room, Mr. Natsume, was it? Oh my fucking god. Not sure. On what grounds? Well, I can actually defend someone in court here. Actually defended someone in court here only yesterday. Really? Well, then I congratulate you, sir. An ambition realized, and so promptly, too. Thing is, really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients? Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he? My dear fellow, I haven't the first idea. Oh, but that's why you were here. Didn't you come back to investigate? Ah, yes, that was indeed my initial intention. There's simply too many fascinating books here. I couldn't possibly ignore them. Oh, I see. Two facts. Japanese occupant and witnesses who saw. One more thing. But wait, there's more. Wait, what is it, Mr. Sholmes? Tell us. Can't say with any certainty whether or not this is relevant to this case, but I'm quite sure. The retired army man who owns his property is hiding something. So Garadeb is... Mr. Sholmes said as much before, actually, didn't he? Yet our investigations have uncovered nothing that could help establish Mr. Natsume's innocence. No, you're right. Perhaps it's time we probed a little deeper into Mr. Garadeb's secret. Wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruhodo. Ugh. I don't know why I'm getting tired all of a sudden. So, hasn't even been an hour yet since I started streaming. Fuck. I did wake up really early today. I woke up at 6 a.m. because I had an exam. Ugh. Bad day to stream. Gotta be real. There he is. All right, well, let's move, I guess. Ah, you Paragon. Tell me, was the detective chap, I forget his name, still hard at work down there? Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Ah, yes, rings a vague bell. Although detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid. Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there. Jolly good show. Ho ho ho, jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joan. Oh my god. She does that every time. She's the shittiest maid alive. Now she wants us to leave? Ugh. We're deeply grateful for all your assistance. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrett is hiding something. We're investigating. What are we supposed to do? What's he doing over there? Wait, Sholmes? I was like, wait a sec, that's new. That's fucking Sholmes in his bag. Mr. Sholmes. Aha! We meet again, my dear fellows. Good gracious! When did you sneak in here? Herlock Sholmes, sir, at your service. Whatever were you doing over by the window? I'm given to watching the evening skies, the sunsets, madam. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here. Sorry, to grab another tissue. Well, keeping an eye on one's windows at dusk is the prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering. Ah, and one other thing, Mr. Naruto. Alright, what do you got? Great mind. Are we going to do the thing again? Is he? No, I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. There's a mighty secret in this modern room. My eyes even see the most trivial of trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo? I think so. It's just time enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark. Oh boy. I'm glad I get to do one of these. Military man of considerably distinguished service. Your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first-rate. I'm afraid, sir, that it is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I've been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangements. I beg your pardon? Even as we speak, you're concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. And the second is that a result of the beast's violent rampage. A beast? Cat? Old man's broken out in a cold sweat? How could I possibly know, you mean to inquire? For it is the dense jungle of logic and reasoning. Well, for in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts. This guy is not real. King of the jungle. And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Let's fucking go. Let's see how wrong you are. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. For a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garrodeb, leads us directly to the answer. Wrong. You idiot. He wasn't even looking at it, he was looking away from it. The fact that has fueled your imagination for the mighty lion, the king of beasts. In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact. You're a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house. Yet living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you had imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are so very much in the evidence. Let me try autoplay. The beast in question fails to present itself. Alright, what wrong thing is he gonna get this time? Eh? Circus show. So you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garadib. Terrifying lion? Batty circus. What the fuck are you talking about, Sholmes? This is why nobody... This is why Wilson has to make you look good. This shit is so ass. Your theory, that is. The game's good. Sold the lion. Indian lion, really? Number 2. I think the beast is just that cat, right? The Blithe Posey's distresses his loss. The distress this loss has caused you is veritably intangible. Guys, I think this might be a power hour stream. I'm so tired. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man, I simply... What we must now ask ourselves is the true cause of this pain. Constantly getting fucking burned from the maid. What? The pile of bills? Forgot loads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. So I had no choice but to let it go. Yes, well, Aha. So that's what it was. How daring me could have caused such a destructive outburst? Ah. It's you. What you looking at? Cakes? Are you kidding me? There's no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said by a certain nobleman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake? Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact. What would you mean? Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There is only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. teeth marks on the carpet. A perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. Bro is cooking too hard. He's cooking too much. He's burning the whole kitchen down. Your fucking theories are burnt. What is the matter with you, Joan? You're scalding hot tea all over me. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garrideb. Afraid I didn't notice. My deductions can be startlingly sharp. Stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed. My revelations can make people spill tears at times, too. Oh. Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in again, but could I make an observation? Why, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it, again? Well, your deductions just now. Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room of this size? Indeed, it is the only explanation for the facts. Really, the only explanation. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. Wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well? But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garrideb and his maid would have been hurt, or worse. Ah, that's where you are stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own against the bees using that large cannon. What are you talking about? Are you stupid? What about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. I don't believe I've ever heard of a lion that drinks tea. Your views of the highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. This guy is saying that the lion likes tea now. What a glorious notion. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's your turn to shine again. Yeah, I guess we have to. I had a feeling that was coming. Slight massage, that's all Mr. Scholz's deductions need. You can do it. How can anyone say no to this face? Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward, Mr. Naruhodo. We don't even know yet whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least that's what I want to believe. Let us start again. From the beginning of Herlock Sholmes is logic and reasoning spectacular. Course correction. Hold it. Yep. What form of the beast? False. Let's look around. I really didn't see the lion thing coming. No, but if you observe Mr. Garrideb's reaction, it seems as though some beast did indeed run amok here in this room. Very fierce nature. Alright, your gaze. What are you looking at, sir? What is this? Photograph frame. Child? What's this photograph? Appears to be from Mr. Garrideb's wedding. Looks very happy, doesn't he? He does, but can't make out his bride. Oh, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face. Wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve too deeply there. True nature of the beast. The newlywed bride. Of course. It's you. Plump form, huh? Don't tell me it's the maid. Wait, is the maid your wife too? Are they just role-playing wife and master? Are they just role-playing maid and master? A lot of horsepower there. That's someone you'd want to upset, that's for sure. Look, have you noticed a wedding ring? It's very large, isn't it? Yes, it's an unusual design. It's embellished sunflower. Is it really the newlywed bride? I mean, seems likely, right?
Take that!
The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that newlywed bride. Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo. No other explanation could possibly fit. Yes, it's not a lion. It is, in fact, a woman. Yes, this framed print pictures your wife, Mr. Garrideb. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain. Indeed, surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Honored might be stretching a point. Too late. The fact remains that the beast which so clearly savaged this room was your wife, Mr. Garrideb. Why does he have a handprint on his face? This guy got slapped? The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well, yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam, it is you. Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is? Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast. No. The poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself. No, we are talking to the beast. I don't know about fragile. Alright, we'll probably look for her wedding ring, right? Wonder where Mr. Garrideb's wife could be. Where could she be? Bada bing, bada boom. Wedding ring.
Take that!
You're a fake. You're fake and a fraud. Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Indeed it does. That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Garrideb's bride in the photographic print. In other words, you are no ordinary household maid. No. You are Mr. Garrideb's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Garrideb herself. Word. Got him. Well, Jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightly surmise, this is my wife, yes, my Joan. Rather let herself go, you might say, but she has boldly worked Yep. Now this makes sense. Bickering husband and wife. It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you're a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct? It's not right, I tell you. Second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment, a man has his pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ. Yes, here in London, one is rather judged. Households cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. I don't think Sholmes has any staff at his house. Either, from what I can tell. Though in my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are folly. You mean Mr. Garrett has his wife work as his maid? Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Garrett? Seems kind of a shitty thing to do, reducing your wife to your maid because you can't afford one. Only in company, obviously. But listen here, this must remain a secret. Tip-top secret, please. Alright. Now we gotta fix this whole second half. Kimiko used so deep feelings for this formidable beast. Yes. You're covering that handprint because she fucking slapped you. As a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable. Mrs. Garrett is standing beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he? Alright. This one's easy. Boom.
Take that!
Do the sound effects when, like, you shatter the fucking screen. And then you hear that like, bass, like, boom. It's so good. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel is being revealed by that slapped cheek. Dude, that is a fucking red print. And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade was you, Madame Joan Garradeb. Well, yes. Look at her trying to act all innocent. You have been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir. Yeah, hence you're turning away from us all the time. Oh, the blazes. How did you work that out, man? Oh my god. Garrett from the front is... it's something else. I think I prefer you from the side. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your other side from you. Well, Let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves what caused Madame Garradeb to fly into a rage. What you looking at? Pile of bills. No. Mr. Naruto, she's a person, not a thing. Yes, well, she's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap around the face. Not so hard it left a perfect hand mark, in fact. Yes, why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder? We'll have to know the answer to that question. There's only one view here, right? No, I can't look around. What is this? Ooh. What is this here? Well, well, well. Someone committing adultery? Perhaps? Little kiss mark on it? Mr. Gardev is clearly an avid reader. Wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark. Oh no, so it isn't. It's a note written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Mary? Who the fuck? Wait. Next to the signature, lip marks made with lipstick. Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture. Don't get any ideas, Sasato-san. Oh dear, I'm sorry. So this bookmark is actually a love note then. Love note.
Take that!
Who is Mary? Check the court record if we have a Mary. Don't have a Mary. Is Mary the name of the victim? I think I remember the victim being quite round as well. Maybe that's just this guy's type, you know? Round women. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. I don't think you need to put those on to read that. Perhaps the center of this note, a certain Miss Mary is the fly in the ointment here. Oh my god. I don't know the Bali woman. You don't know her? That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there. Sure, buddy. It was just in there, you say? Ah. Now your behavior makes sense. I like this story. Now listen here, Joan, old thing. I explained at the time. I bought a book at the second-hand place, and that note must have already been in there. The previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark. Oh, that's me. That's right. That's what I've been saying. Ah, fuck. Unlikely story. For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written to James. My name, in case you've forgotten, is John. Ah. Likely story. Oh, she's also stupid. Are you questioning my name now? And there we have it. Arouse the suspicions of the female heart, and you unleash a beast with the most ferocious bite. Ugh. Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last, unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. Very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, dearie me. Could have caused such a destructive outburst. It is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wondering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Cakes? No. Surely Miss Gardev didn't eat the carpet. Of course not. Unless... So this is the last part of Mr. Sholmes' seduction that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mrs. Garradeb's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer. Alright, let's go. What do we got? What are you looking at? Can't really see from here, can we? Candle. Scorch marks. Ah, it was burned with this candlestick. I was like, why can't I select the candle here? But no, we see that there's one missing candle on this candlestick. So we'll just select that.
Take that!
Easy. Man, I should just do your job for you, Sholmes. I'm basically doing that already. I'll take over 221B Baker Street. That's fine. I'll be the new protagonist of the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow, and of course, the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Indeed they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks. It would appear that this room was the scene of a little marital altercation. Mrs. Garradeb's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of her strike caused the candle to fall from the holder. And in seconds, the carpet was alight. The whole corner of the room was in flames. For the most ferocious beast in the world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. In this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there's but one conclusion here. If the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. Sholmes, sir, I salute you. Oh my God, he's... Whoa. Fucking killed him with that. Death by deduction. Carpet scorched by a small fire. Damn, look at us. This is a cold screenshot. It's these dashed long winter nights, you know, nothing to do but read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my old novels there. And in the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material. I wish your wife admonished you harshly, it seemed. Don't know about admonish. Demolish might be rather closer to the mark. And beast is most certainly an apt description. Here we go again. Carpet? Was that destroyed by the fire when a candle fell on the floor? Right to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. Old place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. I was caught between the old six rage of the raging flames. You painted a torrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining. That's sympathy for you. Yes. Make for a good drama. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bolly furniture started going up as well. Had to hide the mess behind that screen for the time being. Over here, Mr. Garrett? Well, you have nothing more to hide now, if you'll allow me. Show me everything. Oh my god. Out of my favorite old novels in that case. As soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. Gosh, the wife started hurling things at me. What a terrible sight it must have been. It was I, back up against the window, under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books coming 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite. Book called The Lion's Pride. The Lion's Pride? Ah, yes, your notorious love of big cats coming through again. I assure you, the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest. So the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast's rampage. Mr. Sholmes' deductions turned out to be correct once again. It can only be described as a great British wonder. I tell you, it was total carnage, flames everywhere, and the old stickin' fell fuddle. Oh, full fettle. I cannot read. Out of interest, what time of day was that? Not sure what I can remember. It was 2 days ago now. Let's see, around 5 o'clock, I think. So, at exactly the same time, as a terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window on the street below. Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you. Old Blighty could have been flattened outside my window at that moment, and I wouldn't have noticed a Josh thing. Oh, really? Look at her trying to act all innocent. I know what you are, you beast. Mr. Sholmes. Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, what can I do for you? Well, I think we've got to the bottom of Mr. Garrett's situation now, but what does it have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances? Can't help you there, I'm afraid. What? My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired army man was to be hiding something, I cannot be sure whether this secret would prove to be of relevance or not. I just knew you were going to say that. Now, Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one or only two categories, those relevant to the case and those not. That makes no sense to me. Well, no matter. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Sorry? Seeing hours at the prison will soon be over. Oh no, is it that time already? If we're to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have official paperwork to attend to. So that's it. No more time to think. Perhaps you'd like to take yourselves to bidding us farewell now? I must prepare supper for Mr. Garrett. Yes, I'm so sorry. Thank you both very much for your time. Soseki-san will be waiting for us. I'm gonna have to give him an answer. Alright, we'll talk to Soseki in the next one. I'll go take my well-deserved rest for today. Seems like we'll probably do a trial soon. So I hope you all look forward to that. But until then, take care. Stay safe and be well. Have a great rest of your night, y'all.